Phone hacking had been much in the news. Investigations had taken place. You decided in 2009, was it not so, Mr. Yates, not to continue with the investigation, am I right?
In 2009, I didn't reopen an investigation.
Yeah, and you described it to a newspaper as a crap investigation?
I described it as a, you used the word, decision in the light of what I now know since News International.
And yet, in 2000...
Can I just finish my point?
Yes.
In the light of what I now know. If I had known then what I know now, and the facts appear to be that News International have deliberately covered up, I would have made a completely different decision, and none of us would be where we are today.
Yes. But bearing in mind that two people had been sent to prison prior to 2009 for phone hacking, convicted, the News of the World was very much in the news as the paper that they worked for and supplied the information as a result of phone hacking. Doesn't it seem to you very strange indeed that the former deputy editor of the News of the World should be taken on in that year, 2009, when you have decided not to pursue the matter any further? Wouldn't the first question to him have been, were you involved in any way?
I completely appreciate it looks odd now in the light of what we now know. But, I confidently predict, as a result of News International disclosures, a very small number of police officers will go to prison for corruption. That doesn't taint the whole organisation. There was simply no evidence against either Mr. Coulson or Mr. Wallace at that point in 2009. The investigation had been carried out in 2005-06 by others. It was thought to have been a success at that time. There was nothing in that article in July 2009 that would suggest anything else. So, you say it was a huge story then. It wasn't a huge story then in September 2009. It re-emerged with the New York Times in 2010, but it simply had...
Mr. Winnick.
It's another one of those newspaper stories that gets a huge blip and then goes down.
So
Mr. Winnick.
Would we be right to come to the conclusion that no questions were asked by you to Mr. Wallace about phone hacking at the time when he was a deputy editor of the News of the World?
No, I've never asked him any questions because he's never been a suspect.
Sorry, when you recommended him, or when the advice was sought, Mr. Winnick is asking, did you ask him whether he was involved in phone hacking?
I sought assurances about whether he had any role, whether there's anything that's going to embarrass him. That's
the sort of question you would ask anybody.
I'll read it into the evidence. Summary of phone call with Neil Wallace re potential contract with the Metropolitan Police Service. Phone call took place yesterday, the 31st August, circa 9 a.m. It was a bank holiday, so I didn't record it until the following day. Wanted absolute assurance that there was nothing in the previous phone hacking matters still being reported and chased by Nick Davies that could embarrass him, me, the Commissioner, or the Metropolitan Police Service. I received categorical assurances